Hello everyone, this is the Catholic Thinker, and today I kind of wanted to do a reason on why I think or subscribe to the particular school of thought that I do. In my studies, I've basically discovered that there that each school of thought could be comprised of one of four categories. And they are skepticism, rationalism, empiricism, or a combination of rationalism and empiricism. What I wanted to do for this series was to explain the different schools of thought and why I'm not in the ones that I'm not, and then why I'm in the one that I am. And so this week, what I'm going to do first is explain skepticism. Next week will be rationalism. The week after will be empiricism. And then finally, the one that I'm a part of. So let's go ahead and get started. Skepticism is I don't know if you can even call it a school of thought, but it's the skeptics are convinced that there is absolutely nothing that the human race can know. Knowledge is beyond our capabilities. Now, most people call themselves a skeptic when they just merely question everything, but that's not really what a skeptic is. A skeptic is convinced that they can hold no knowledge whatsoever. And that because we can't hold any knowledge, we don't know anything. And they think that's a correct way to view the world. Now some of you are probably saying, well, don't they know that we can't know anything? Well, that's the other thing. They don't really claim that either. They view that as just a default position, kind of, so to speak, that until enough evidence or proof or whatever makes something knowledge, and enough of that is presented, we can't accept it as knowledge. And the standards are extremely high. Now, some skeptics will not accept reason or the law of non-contradiction because those are axioms or premises that people accept, and they don't want to move on anything that we have assumed, because then the claim is that what we've moved to is just assumption and not really knowledge. But some do, and they still think that we don't know anything. Now, first off, I think I understand the claim of the extreme skeptics. It seems irrational. It doesn't make much sense to me, and kind of seems like a pointless position to have. I just personally think it doesn't do much good. I do agree that we should study and investigate and question things. So what about the vast majority of skeptics who accept, like, the law of non-contradiction and reason? Well, St. Augustine, in his conversations with a skeptic, the skeptic basically at one point said, look, everything that you're telling me could just be either you have been deceived or you're trying to deceive me, so why should I accept it? And St. Augustine said, well, if you are being deceived, you must exist. Because in order for something to be deceived, there must first be one who is being deceived. And in order for that one to be deceived, he must exist in order to be deceived. So if you are being deceived, you know that you exist. Therefore, you know something, therefore you're no longer a skeptic. So it seems to me that we can know some things, but it's difficult to actually kind of move towards knowledge, at least from a rational point of view. And I know this video is short, and I kind of expected it to be because there really isn't a whole lot to say on skepticism. I think the longest video I'm going to have is probably the empiricist and the position that I'm actually a part of, because what I have to say about both of those I think will raise a lot of controversy, or I don't know, just a lot of people might not be happy or accept what I have to say. But like I said, that's my views on skepticism. It just doesn't seem like the right way to go, because it seems like we can know things. So I'm not a part of the skeptic school of thought. Not a whole lot else I can say in this area, so I thank you for your time, and I'll see you next week where we talk about rationalism.